Hey guys, today I wanted to go over a tutorial real quick. For anyone that's running a radar detector, to take this thing off, it's very simple. For the love of God, do not use a screwdriver to pry this thing out, because a screwdriver is a very hard material versus plastic, which is very soft. So you don't want to mar your pretty light here. You reduce marring when you use a proper plastic pry tool. They have some on Amazon where you can buy a whole set and you can use them. So it's very simple. So what you want to do is, they have like these lights have an indentation where you're supposed to put the pry tool, right? So use the right size and just stick it in there. Like once you force it in there, this will actually pop out, right? So this goes up here. So once you stick the proper pry tool in there, if this thing would focus, there you go. Okay, it's real simple. Just put it in that slot right here, right there, and it'll pop out. And then just gently, bring it down. Do the same thing to the other side, and then this thing comes out. Once that comes out, there's gonna be only 2 screws right there and right there. Once that comes out, what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring this thing, you're gonna slide it to the back, because the way they designed it, you can't just pull it down. So you got to like slide this thing towards the back. Let me see if I can do this. You gotta do it with 2 hands, right? Right now I'm putting pressure that way. I'm applying pressure towards the back of the car, and then I'm just gently bringing it down, and it slides out very easy. Very easy. You don't have to come in here with screwdrivers and mar the shit out of everything. Right here I have the Uniden R3. So anyone that's looking to install this with the wiring kit, instead of using this thing, I can't stand these. And you don't want to run a full, I didn't want to run a full wiring down like the pillar here, because I already have I already got a couple of things running down into my fuse box, and I don't want it to look like a rat's nest. So this option was pretty cool, even though it was kind of expensive in my opinion. I think you can, because all this is just a cell phone, not a cell phone, a landline connector. I forgot what it was called. But anyway, I think you can build one of these yourself by just taking, for example, like a black phone cord, and just making sure that you get the power in the center, right? What pins are those? Looks like those are the middle pins from right to left. It looks like it's the 2nd and 3rd pins. I'm gonna hold it here for a second so you guys can look at it. The red is positive, black is negative. As you can see, those little dots right there, those are the wires. So you can just basically take a phone thing. I mean, this is just in theory. I'm not 100% sure if it'll work, but I'm like 90% sure that it'll work. You can buy those at the dollar store for $1, cut it, and then just take the 2 wires that are in the center here, whatever colors they may be, and just do it yourself, for $1 instead of spending $44 on Amazon like I did for this thing. But then you run into you can splice the wires, right? I would splice the wires from back here instead of the wiring from over here, just because it's, if something goes wrong and you cut the wire too short or something, you could replace the mirror, even though it's going to be quite expensive. But nonetheless, you can still do it that way. That'll be the cheapest route. It'll only cost you $1. With the advantage of this wiring kit, let's see, got this on Amazon. It's called the Mirror Tap power cords. I bought one that was too short, for the WRX. Well, this is the 2017. I bought it too short. This was only 10 inches, and I probably needed like double that. So what I did, I just cut the wire. As you can see, I put like that black cloth tape on it, and I just extended the wire by like another, probably, I don't know, maybe another 12 inches or so, 15, something like that. But anyway, this is a 2017 WRX Premium. So I don't know, you might have to do your own research, you know, if you have a base model, if you have a different year. But the wires, the colored wires that power this, the black wire is your ground, beige is your power. So the way this thing works, for those of you who don't follow WRX Radar, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this wire here and you're gonna poke it in the back here, right? So let me put the camera down. So what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna flip it around so that the black wire is facing towards the bottom, right? And yeah, for some reason this black one is a little loose, but it's the only one that fits. But that's okay. So, okay, so we're gonna take the red one. We're gonna put it in there, and the red one has resistance, and it'll hold it in there. But the black one, you're going to, oh, and this is for the people who have the the powered mirror, right? But if you don't have it, your connector is gonna look something like this. So basically, we're gonna use this black connector as an example because I don't know what comes standard in the car or what doesn't. You're just gonna use whatever pins fit in here, and then you're just going to, let's say, from left to right, it's gonna be the second and third pin right here, right? Because the other pins aren't populated. So that's what you're gonna use, right? And then you're just gonna stick them in the front right here. Boom, just boom, stick them in there, and there you go. But I know every car comes with this because it's an option for the mirror, right? So you know, for those cars who don't come with it, you know, it's already here. And it's just basically a plug and play installation. So you're just gonna put the wires through the front, and then like make sure this is secure with like use the provided zip ties so that these wires don't back out, you know. So let me finish putting in the black wire so you guys can see. Hopefully that's within view. All right. So once you got those connected, so in my case I gotta use the zip ties. Once it's connected and it's powered up, all right, so your mirror's gonna come on, and then once you plug this thing in, there you go, you got power. And now you have a clean setup. The wire is nice and tucked up here, and you're good to go. You know what I mean? So now all you have to do is when you have to unmount it, just pull the wire out, boom, and there you go. And what I didn't use the provided Velcro because I felt like it was gonna be too flimsy. So yeah, so I just threw this on here. I mean, you can clean it up. I mean, this, like I said, this is the second set. When the day was really hot, I left the radar detector mounted up here, and this thing, the first time I just kind of threw it up there without actually cleaning the surface. And what ended up happening was when I got back into the car, it was just all this goopy mess, and the radar detector was hanging down because because of the weight of the radar, it pulled it down. And then when I finally secured this one, it came off on this side. So So yeah, so you just got to make sure you clean this area very good with alcohol, right? Make sure you wipe it down with the alcohol and then wipe it with a clean microfiber or something so that it's nice and clean and grease free. And it should hold up your radar detector. And yeah, so you can use, I mean, they also have like blend mounts where you can point that in the mirror, but you know, you can put it on the mirror, but you know, I don't want somebody to see it and, you know, try to break my window for the damn radar detector. So I mounted it up here where nobody can see it. And if you're wondering if this blocks the signal, actually, if you follow WRX Radar on YouTube or on Instagram, he talks about it in his videos, in one of his videos, where he said that these little, the FETs or whatever these are called, they don't affect the window, but that's based on the type of vehicle that you're running. You know, every car is different, but in this case, since we're talking about the WRX, this does not block the signal from the radar guns coming through into the laser, into the radar detector. So you're good, so you're fine. Because at first I was like, oh man, like, you know, I wasn't sure, because, you know, I was about to get the blend mount. The blend mount was like $100, and I was like, well, you know, I don't want to spend $100 for a couple pieces of metal that'll hold this thing in place. But they work really well. So anyway, yeah, so there you guys go. The radar detector is working. Let me mount this up one more time. All right, guys, so this is the final product. I gotta get something to snip this off. I'm not at home right now, but yeah, so just snip this off so that it's you know, the end of it, just snip it off with a pair of scissors or whatever, wire cutters, and then just tuck this back there like that. And yeah, so, and actually it's not the smallest pins, I realized. It's actually the second to smallest. It's because they're so small, it's hard to tell, but you know, you have the two bigger ones, and these are the ones you're gonna need right here. So they both give you a snug fit. Like, you'll feel it, like it'll give you a lot of resistance, and then they'll just slide in. You know, just push it in and you'll be fine. Because the smaller ones, because I had one of the red ones of this size, and then the black one was too small, so that's the reason why it was sliding out. But once I realized, oh wait a minute, I'm using the wrong one, the second set right here, they work 100%. So now my radar detector is clean. I can throw away that ugly thing, and yeah, so now I have a nice clean setup, and I'm good to go. And yeah, so I just wanted to share this with you guys who is running a radar detector. It doesn't have to be, this is not only applicable to the Uniden, but the mirror taps are, you know, you can find your specific application. Just make sure you get one that's long enough. And if they don't have longer ones, which I'm pretty sure they do, you can always extend it, no problem. Just use, you know, you can go to AutoZone, get like a spool of wire, and you know, and then just, you know, extend the wires yourself. Use some black tape so that the wires aren't rubbing on anything, and you know, down the road they you know, they fray or whatever. And it's very simple to put back. Just put the screws, and you're all set. And you know, I hope this helps somebody out there, because really, you know, people don't cover stuff like this, because I mean, even though wiring is not complicated, you just have to understand the basics of, you know, power and ground, and that's it, you know. And just really go in there, and the only way you're gonna learn is if you actually do it yourself. And unfortunately, sometimes you gotta break stuff in order to learn, which I've broken a lot of things in my day, back in the day. So anyway, I hope this helps you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.